1,200 kilometers, and that's going to take us 30 hours to drive from Mombasa to Kampala. So I know most of you must be wondering, how do cars really get to Kampala? And there are three ways. There is the air freight, where you can fly the car into Entebbe and pick it from there. There is putting the car on the car carrier, and the third option, which is driving the car to Kampala, which is what we are going to do today. So stick around to the end of this video, as I'm going to be documenting the prices, the car itself we are going to drive, and of course how much the whole entire trip costed us. Before we drive it, I'm going to take you through the specs of this car and why our client chose this particular spec. This is the E400 3.5cc petrol E-Class with 4MATIC all-wheel drive and all these chrome accents. I want you to remember that this car is the exclusive spec of the exclusive package, which comes with these 18-inch wheels. This is all part of the exclusive package. LED taillights, and it also has these chrome accents all over the car. Our client chose this car specifically because of the specs. It has a panoramic sunroof, as I'm going to show you over there. It has this aggressive front bumper, as you can see, and it has cameras all over the car.
Other notable features include wood trim panels, Bamister surround system, heated and ventilated seats, dual 12-inch screen setup, multifunction steering wheel, ambient lighting, full leather seats, and finally a panoramic sunroof. They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Mine started in Kampala, and by 7:30 we were in Jinja, coffee in hand, camera rolling, nerves calm, destination Mombasa. By 10 p.m. we were at Malaba border, clearing into Kenya. The bus waited, but we waited longer. By morning, Nairobi, exhausted. Java House never looked so heavenly. After 14 hours on the road, I needed fuel. Now, for viewers curious about traveling across East Africa, I'm going to be rating the different transport means I used in this journey, starting off with this Mash Poa bus. Honestly, the ride was rough. The AC wasn't working and it got so cold at night. The road was bumpy and the sleep was impossible. I'd give the Mash Poa bus a 2.5 out of 10, barely tolerable. By 2 p.m, we hit the Nairobi terminus. And listen, as a Ugandan saying it for the first time, it was jaw-dropping. Glass walls, modern finishes, smooth systems. It felt like an airport, the kind of place that makes you pause and ask, wait, why don't you have something like this back home? Ticket in hand, luggage checked in, onto the train. The ride, pure cinematic gold. Boarding the S-Gear felt like stepping into a different league of travel. The Nairobi terminus itself, sleek, modern, almost surreal for someone coming from Kampala. As the train glided out of the station, the chaos of Nairobi faded behind us. What followed was silence, space, and scenery. Savannahs stretched for miles, herds of giraffes in a distance, hill after hill, tree after tree. It was like watching a live nature documentary through a panoramic lens. No bumps, no honking, no sudden stops, just the hum of steel and rhythm of motion. If every train ride felt like this, we'd all ditch the buses. This was travel done right. The train ride was interesting. From the inside, it felt slow, like we were just gliding across the savannahs in no rush at all. I had a window seat, which sounds great until the sun hit hard. For the first few hours, it was like sitting in an oven, and the train wasn't as quiet as you'd expect either. Soft rumble, background chatter, and the occasional jolt when it picked up speed. But even with all that, it had rhythm, a kind of calm, not perfect, but definitely memorable. As the sun dipped behind the wheels, the cabin lights flicked on, soft, warm, almost cinematic. The whole train transformed from sunburnt silence to this quiet, glowing launch on wheels. People settled in, phones out, voices low. For the first time that day, the world outside faded. And it actually felt like we were heading somewhere together. 6 hours later, welcome to Mombasa. Neon lights buzzing, coastal breeze in the air, a new chapter was beginning. I would give the train a 7.5 out of 10. Scenic, yes. Comfortable in parts, but far from flawless. The next morning, I hopped onto a tuk-tuk, and suddenly I wasn't a driver anymore, just a passenger rolling through the heartbeat of Mombasa. The wind, the noise, the city blur, it's chaotic, but it's real. You see the coast differently when you're not behind the wheel. That tuk-tuk ride, imagine an engine that sounds like a blender. And your knees practically making friends with the seats in the front. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and a little wild. But that's what makes it Mombasa's unofficial Uber. Comfort, maybe a 3 out of 10. Vibes, definitely a 10 out of 10. And the near-death left turn, -1 for the adrenaline rush. Overall, a solid 6.5 out of 10. Evenings on Mombasa Beach, the sun's dipping low and the sand still warm underfoot. People everywhere, kids chasing waves, couples strolling, vendors calling out. It's alive, loud and laid back, all at once. Perfect place to just breathe it all in. Next up, jet ski time, flying over the waves, spray in your face, and wind trying to steal your heart. Which, yeah, I actually lost my heart while I was riding the jet ski, but that's a story for another day. It's pure excitement and chaos all rolled into one. Definitely one of the best ways to feel the coast. Fueling up at Minazi Cafe, White Sands, lobster and fries style. The seafood was fresh, the flavor bold, and the vibe pure coastal chill. This meal definitely hit the right spot after a long day. Next morning, 10 a.m., sun's already blazing. I grabbed my camera and I was back in a tuk-tuk. But this time, I wasn't just roaming, I was on a mission, heading to pick up the E-Class. And then I saw it, the Mercedes E400, white exterior, gleaming under the Mombasa sun. I'd seen pictures, sure, but they didn't even come close. In person, it looked wider, lower, and cleaner. One of those moments where you just stop and take it in, because seeing it in person finally made sense of the whole journey. Pictures didn't do justice. Before hitting the road, checking the engine is a must. Everything looks solid, no leaks, no odd noises. For a trip this long, this is the kind of inspection that saves you headaches later. First time refueling the E-Class and the pump screen started spinning like a slot machine. Only this one never hits the jackpot. Kenyan shillings flying faster than I could blink. But hey, the car looked so good, it needed to feed. Next up, topping up the tire pressure. Keeping the air just right makes all the difference on a long drive like this. Smooth ride, better fuel economy, and safer handling.
Is this the ultimate road trip? Today we are driving 1,200 kilometers all the way from the beaches of Mombasa up to Kampala.
And just like that, we are moving. Hands steady on the wheel, eyes locked on the road ahead. The dashboard glows softly, Kenyan tarmac rolling beneath us, while the Afrobeats blazes through the cabin, setting the perfect soundtrack for the journey coming alive. Cruising the Mombasa Road Highway in the afternoon, trucks rolling by in a steady flow, the highway stretches wide under the sun. The E-Class stays relaxed and composed, owning the road with every kilometer. You have to stay hydrated out here. Long drives and hot sun don't play. Big bottle, bigger thirst. Stopped at Benefit petrol station in Voi to top up airtime. And turns out, scratch cards are still king here. Kind of wild how some things don't change, even when the rest of the world zooms ahead. The screen shows 315 kilometers to Nairobi. Arrival just after 10 p.m. The journey is far from over, but every kilometer is part of this story. Okay, you guys are not gonna believe this, but we came across a train and decided, why not trace it? The E-Class versus the Iron Giant. And the savannahs were the perfect place for the showdown. So who do you think won the race? The E-Class or the train? The answer may not be as straightforward as you'd expect, but let me know in the comment section who you think won the race. Look at these monkeys just chilling on the road. Tsavo National Park is one of Kenya's largest and oldest parks, famous for stunning landscapes and incredible wildlife. But it's also known for a darker chapter, the man-eaters of Tsavo. Back in the late 1980s, 2 lions terrorized the railway workers building the Uganda Railway here, reportedly killing dozens. These lions became legendary and their story inspired books and movies.
Your hips, your thighs, your
You're not gonna believe what happened next, but out of nowhere, this zebra darts across the road, nearly hitting the truck ahead. Driving through Tsavo means staying alert and definitely watching your speed because the wildlife does not care about signs. We had a quick bathroom break at Kiwezi so we could switch drivers. Even at a quiet petrol station, the A-Class doesn't go unnoticed. Its lights cast a cool glow in the night, making every stop feel like a scene from a movie. Pulling into Mlolongo, the gateway between Nairobi and the coast.
You don't understand Swahili.
Yes?
You don't understand Swahili.
You don't get Swahili. You go and pay at the exit.
We pay at the exit.
Where are you exiting?
Yeah.
Hey,
We want to
You're exiting that
we are going
town? Or
we are going to Malaba.
Malaba.
or you're going to Malaba? So you go straight up to Westlands. At the end of this expressway, you'll pay there.
Okay, okay.
It's 500 shillings. You'll pay at the exit.
All right.
Okay.
Say it with the hook of y'all. I tell her pass back if the so strong, it's all set.
One of the features I really appreciated was attention assist. It keeps an eye on me, reminding me when it's time to take a break, which is gold on a long drive. Plus, this car's ability to read road signs and display speed limits was a lifesaver, especially for someone driving in Kenya for the first time. It's like having a co-pilot watching out, making sure I stay safe and within the limits. Passing through the express toll, smooth and quick, but still a reminder that every journey has its checkpoints. Fueling up, but the spotlight is on the car, glowing, polished, and absolutely cinematic in the Nairobi night. After fueling up in Nairobi, I took back the wheel and told myself, let's see how far this goes. I drove through the Rift valleys, across towns, in silence, no music, no playlists, and after 600 kilometers non-stop through the night, by the time we reached Webuye, morning had kicked in. My co-driver looked at me like, yo, bro, are you even human? I just nodded. That stretch was personal. Approaching Malaba, but the road is clogged with trucks parked for miles. Getting through the border crossing takes patience and some serious maneuvering. Passing through the URA cargo scanner is the final security step before officially entering Uganda.
Well, for those of you who are familiar with this place, we're at Malaba and we've just drove 1,000 kilometers. Yes, it's been a hectic journey, but I'm really happy that we've actually made it. I drove the car the whole entire night. Now it's time to proceed to Kampala, which is actually 200 kilometers.
First time driving on Ugandan soil with the E-Class, and it felt special. After all these miles, all the heat and dust, and border drama, this was the reward. Refueled at Total Tororo as a good measure, and shout out to Stanbic Visa for making that part easy. One swipe and we are back to chasing kilometers. Busitema Forest, long winding tarmac surrounded by towering trees. It felt like nature's welcome mat as we made our way deeper into Uganda. At 11:40 a.m., we crossed the Nile and home felt closer. And the final rating of my journey, of course, is the E400 itself. It's a confident 9.5 out of 10. Comfort, power, and elegancy wrapped into one. And if you've enjoyed this journey, make sure to like the video, drop a comment, and hit the subscribe button. We've got more adventures coming. Big shout out to Jerry from Jericho Autos, my co-driver, behind the scenes camera guy, and all-round road trip warrior. From Mombasa to Kampala, this one was for the books.